In the beginning, there was only the silence of night and the crackle of fire, loud, angry, and alive. The villagers would speak of that night for generations, but no one would forget the girl who walked into the flames. In a small village carved into the belly of the savannah, where the sky stretched endlessly like a sleeping lion and the stars blinked like ancient eyes, lived a woman named Mama Zuri. Her beauty, once sung about in the songs of traveling griots, had faded like paint on a sun-baked hut. Mama Zuri had 2 children, Juma, the boy with eyes like burning coal and a laugh that could charm goats off a mountain trail, and Amina, a girl with quiet feet and eyes that saw more than she let on. From the moment they entered the world, it was clear whom Mama Zuri favored. Juma was the drumbeat of her heart, the future warrior, the one she believed would make her name echo through the plains. Amina was just a girl, a vessel to marry off, an extra mouth, a shadow. Boys carry the legacy, she would tell the neighbors. Girls carry water. Amina heard it all, but she said nothing. She woke with the sun, carried water from the faraway well, helped old Nyanya Bibi with her herbs, and cooked the meals her mother proudly served to Juma. She stitched his clothes, mended his sandals, and bore the blame whenever he broke something. But Amina had a secret. At night, when a moon painted the ground with silver, she would sneak out and sit under the baobab tree with Nyanya Bibi. There, the old woman told her stories. Not the ones everyone knew. These were deeper stories, the kind passed from the first mother to her daughters. Stories of women who called down rain, who spoke with lions who outwitted kings. You have power in you, Amina, Nyanya Bibi would whisper, her voice rustling like dry leaves. Not the kind that shouts, the kind that waits, the kind that strikes only when it must. Amina would nod and listen. And then came the season of fire. The rains failed, the rivers shrank, the land cracked like broken calabash bowls. The cattle groaned, thin and hollow-eyed. The wind stopped singing and began to hiss. One evening, a scream shattered the stillness. Fire came like a beast, leaping from tree to tree. The fire devoured crops, licking up huts like palm wine. The village erupted in panic. Children cried, elders coughed, men shouted. Flames danced in Juma's eyes as he stood frozen, paralyzed by the roar of the flames. Mama Zuri screamed his name, but he did not move. Then a shadow darted past them. Amina, with only a wet cloth over her face and a small calabash of water, she charged into the smoke. She grabbed her brother's arm, whispered something only he could hear, and led him through a path behind the goat pen. The path only she knew. They emerged coughing, but alive. The village stared. Mama Zuri collapsed, weeping. She held Juma first, but her eyes never left Amina. That night, the fire died, but something else was reborn. Respect. Mama Zuri watched her daughter with new eyes. She saw the way animals came close to her, how even the wind seemed to pause to hear her speak. She remembered the meals she never thanked her for, the chores unnoticed, the sacrifices unspoken. Juma recovered, but was never the same. He became quieter, more thoughtful. He followed Amina, not out of fear, but out of awe. Amina, with Nyanya Bibi's guidance, became a healer, then a teacher. Then, years later, the first woman ever chosen as the village elder. She stood before the elders under the baobab tree, her voice calm, her eyes unshaken. Mama Zuri, now gray and slower in her steps, sat beneath the tree and listened. And when other mothers whispered, "My daughter is just a girl," Mama Zuri would shake her head slowly and say, "Ah, but never forget, it was a girl who walked in a fire and returned with life. It was a girl who changed the sky." And so the wind carried her story, and the sky never burned the same way again.